Say hi to YouTube, everybody. Say hi to YouTube. That did not go as planned.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
Today's debacle, we are going to be switching out this throttle cable. So the original one was this, what is basically a choke cable, and it's barely long enough. So I've actually got a BMI, I believe this was from BMI, for an actual throttle cable. I believe this is a 73-inch one, and it should be pretty easy. The only things we actually have to change is the little holder for the cable. This doesn't have the bent wire rod like this choke cable does, but nevertheless, I keep everything, including bike parts, including brake cable holders, whatever you call them. So we're gonna use that. Should be really easy. All we have to do is take this bolt out, loosen this, and then it comes off of there. Of course, we got to remove, well, actually we don't need to remove that because that's on the pedal itself. And then this one little bolt here, and that will remove the cable. And I'm going to take off this return spring. Hopefully we won't need it since we have the one on the pedal, and we can get rid of this ugly bracket too. And as you can see, the more I've driven this thing, the paint is burning off. The primer is still on, but that paint is supposed to be good for 600 degrees, and it's boiling it off. So anywho, let me get some tools. We're gonna pull that off real quick and pull this off, and we'll bring you guys back when I get this old thing off. So where'd we get to? Got the old one off, came off easy enough. I believe we're gonna leave this return spring on here. This is going to be bolted in here, and that will be bolted on there with the existing hardware we have. I'm gonna actually run the cable underneath where the seat is, and I'm going to try to bring it up back under here instead of having it hang out, and then we're going to loop it in here. Now how we're going to fashion this is the old stopper that was on, and it's going to be the stopper to keep the cable from going too far. And like I said, for this we have this old brake stop from a bicycle, and it'll just slip over the cable like so, and we're going to bolt it in this hole right here. Here we go. So we got that spring on, and I'm going to have to weld on some kind of pedal stop because the cable stops here, but as you can see, it has more room to go, and I don't want to end up stretching this cable, and I haven't tended it up yet. We'll get to that. But I wanted to show the differences back here. So there's our cable tie right there. I changed springs, and I put a smaller spring here and clipped it back there. And I flipped our bracket, and I made a little bend in the actual throttle linkage bar because it was trying to rub against the throttle arm. So now goes nice and easy. Really happy with it. So all we're gonna do now is finishing this up here, and I'm gonna get a couple of cable clamps, like a little plastic cable clamps I have laying around, and I'm going to tend this up in a couple spots to hold it out of the way so it doesn't flop around. One might be okay right here. I don't like how that's floppy but I don't think we can go too much. We could actually probably have used a slightly shorter cable, but I like having flexibility. So anyway, that's all that this video is going to really be about, is putting one up here, and in time I might put another down there or something. But for now, and for riding's purposes and testing, I'm going to put one here, and I'm not going to use a zip tie unless I have to, because zip ties are temporary. I'm trying to do permanent fixes. So, tin that up, and that's going to be it for this video. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and it's going to work a lot better now than actual throttle cable instead of a choke cable. See ya.
Bart?
Shout out to Ian for driving me. Say hi, Tyler.